ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Alter Confusion Thursday Night Hangout.
You know why I'm excited tonight is Thursday Night Hangout?
Because we missed it last week because of the bubonic plague that swept through my family.
That's why this week has been very confusing.
Yes.
Because every day I wake up and I'm like, today's Thursday. And then I get to like 6 o'clock and I'm like, it's not Thursday. This is a terrible night to be alive because it's not Thursday night. But now it's Thursday night, so by golly, at least one of 7 nights of the week, it's good night to be alive and do the thing where we talk about the stuff, where we alter your game of confusion.
It's amazing. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Alter Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. I, of course, am your host, Charlie, and I'm joined once again by the prolific Connor himself, Zealeus. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, the Thursday Night Hangout is the show for the audience, by the audience, where you provide the topics and we chit-chat about them.
Chit-chat!
So there's this wonderful topic that continuously comes up.
Overwatch. Dota.
No. We're talking about sexism in the industry.
I thought it was a land of equality with equal opportunities for all.
Jesus, God, no. All right, so
well then.
The main focus that there's a report that came out. I want to say it's on Kotaku. The main focus of this report was on Riot Games.
Oh yes,
the creators of League of Legends.
Big game.
And
they may have heard of it.
And they interviewed quite a few female employees, of course, you know, code names and everything. They didn't want to give away their real names. Some of them were still with Riot Games, some of them were not. Basically stating the male chauvinistic society and the way that things were done. Let me see if I can find this
quote.
There was a quote that I was like, holy shit, no.
Man, you can read that? I'm impressed.
Well, it was either that or print like 200 pages.
200 pages of all about Riot Games and what's going wrong in the world. Because so many things are going wrong, especially when Charlie is trying to find a quote to prove what the wrongness.
Okay, first of all, they're like, the bro culture is so real. It's
antagonistic
and agonizingly real. It's like working at a giant fraternity.
Not surprising.
One of the female employees was asked how big her e-pen is.
I don't think it works that way.
Yep. And then where's that damn quote?
I don't know.
Where it's like basically shit. Now I'm getting pissed because there was a great quote that's just like very super duper male chauvinistic. Basically saying that, you know, you're hot and sexy, you're the kind of girl that I would have a one night stand with and never call again. Like, that's really inappropriate in the workplace.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, my guess is at a place like Riot Games, there's probably a very large, the ratio of males to females
80%.
is probably 80%, and probably most of those managerial positions are also by default males. So then the issue comes is if you're a woman and you're feeling sexually harassed, who are you going to go to? The other male boss who is also known around the office being a sexual predator? So a lot of these cases like this, it's like, what do you even do as a recourse? It's kind of like you almost have to suck it up and keep your job, or if you start talking out, we all know what can very easily happen to people who try to bring light to situations like these. I mean, there's a reason that they're using anonymous names in this article and not their real names.
Yeah.
Because they don't have any power over the situation. It's just, when you have the male-dominated culture, doesn't make it right, obviously, but that's just how logistically, and that's why you hear about stories like these, is because it can happen so easily.
Yeah, and the other thing is that even if you were trying to obtain a promotion within it, you're supposed to basically do the work above your pay grade and make people aware. But of course, in certain situations like this one, yeah. And there was a case in point. There was one of the stories that was given. Like I said, they interviewed quite a few women who were with Riot or are still with Riot. and one of them said that they had, in their mind, an amazing idea to be added in the League of Legends.
Sure.
So they brought it up, and everyone goes, "No, that's crazy. That's stupid." And she took one of her male friends aside and told him, "Next week, I want you to present exactly what I presented today." And he goes, "What? That's crazy." He goes, No, just do it. Just humor me." He goes, "All right, fine." So he does it. The entire room goes, "Oh my God, it's amazing. We have to implement it right now." And when that happened, the dude started bawling because he, it's like removing the
face mask.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those things. Is we see it as white males. At least I do. It's like, oh, is it really that bad being, a minority or a female? But the reality is, in our position, it's really hard to know what somebody, like, I've never faced discrimination, like that. So unless you're in that position, you can't really say what it's like to be there, like this guy, and to actually kind of really see it firsthand. Like, wow, like this really does happen. It's not just, I'm calling for the feministic power and I must rise above my males. It's no, this is actually happening, where because they are a female, they are not counted as equals with their ideas.
All right, so here's one of the things that I did want to bring up. Straight out of the article, it says, among the people we spoke to, 3 women described being groomed for promotions and doing jobs above their title and pay grade until men were suddenly brought in to replace them. Both male and female sources have described seeing unsolicited and unwelcome pictures of male genitalia from bosses and colleagues. One woman saw an email thread about what it would be like to penetrate her, in which a colleague added that she'd be a good target to sleep with and not call again. Another said a colleague once informed her, apparently as a compliment, that she was on a list getting passed around by senior leaders detailing who they'd sleep with. 2 former employees said they felt pressure to leave after making their concerns about gender discrimination known. Now here, of course, when Riot was reached out, they said, "We have a zero tolerance policy for discrimination, harassment, retaliation, bullying, and general toxicity."
Well, of course, but again, when they were saying that those in leadership are the ones passing around the names.
Yeah. They're exempt from the rules.
Exactly.
They make the rules, so they're above them.
Yeah, and of course, when it comes down to PR, of course, this is what they're going to say. Of course, they're going to say, no, there's no, discrimination, yada, yada, yada.
Right.
And everybody's going to admit to it, but the reality is, in a male-dominated woke culture, and especially, I don't know, it's unfortunate this is happening. And I'm glad it's being brought to light. Oh, it's still happening, absolutely.
No, I'm just saying that, at this point, you would hope, you would pray that this shit would stop at this point. I mean, we need to just judge individuals off their talent and not what they have or don't have in the anatomy department.
And it's supposed to be like one of the great things about the internet is that hopefully, you kind of take away that, I can see who you are, is now you kind of have that transparency of like, people are based on their own merits. Of course, it's a whole other bag of worms too, what else it allows people to do too. But yeah, that's definitely crappy that people are being judged based only on, it's kind of like the old idea of, what one guy says, if he's a very assertive guy, he's assertive, he's taking charge, he's just masculine and manly, and then kind of like a case like this, man presents something that's great, it's awesome. If a woman presents it, well, she's just being a bitch and she's on her period.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's complete double standard.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree, and unfortunately, the sad thing. Sorry, I'm doing the do right now.
You gotta do the do.
The sad, unfortunate thing at the end of the day is that this shit's not going to go away anytime soon. Hopefully, it goes away faster than it does. Than it should, but excuse me.
But unfortunately, I think the reality is as long as the gaming industry, as it is so male dominated. Is that really going to change anytime going forward? Just because it lends itself to that type of culture where, because men are the ones writing the rules, are they going to change their own rules to their detriment, basically? In their own eyes, at least.
So here's I'll just read one more thing and then we can move on. A former female employee told Kotaku, who's the one who wrote the report, that she was asked, "How big is your e-peen?" By an interviewer who was questioning her over her gaming habits. Another former Riot employee who is passionate about tabletop games says she was told by an interviewer that her gaming preferences meant she wouldn't be considered a gamer at Riot. Another woman who was interviewed for a position far removed from games or game development says she felt like she wasn't being taken seriously because instead of playing League of Legends, she casually played World of Warcraft.
Oh, you
A few months into her employment, she felt that her suspicions were confirmed at a 2016 Global Riot conference talk by a senior producer. Here at Riot Games, we hire gamers, he said in his talk to the audience of Riot employees, audio of which was obtained by Kotaku. If you're not a core gamer, you need to over-index in other areas, whether it's finance, development facilities, player support, he said. I don't give a shit. You're better if you're a gamer. For 6 minutes, the producer recounted a story of his experience preparing to raid an original World of Warcraft dungeon introduced in 2006. So she gets nailed for that, but the
Then he's
senior,
doing the same thing.
Yeah, he's like, I remember back in the day playing World of Warcraft. Double standards.
He can go play WoW Vanilla when it comes out, and they can game together.
Wee. Okay, so.
But yeah, I even experienced, I know I talked to you before, but you look at the online gameplay of a lot of video games, and you would think from voice chat that the ratio is somewhere around 80 to 20. That's what it seems like just based on how many males versus females actually talk in voice chat.
Yep.
But the ratio is actually much closer to 60-40, 50-50. It's pretty neutral. But because of stuff like this, a symptom of the culture is guys feel empowered to basically act like this. And part of it's because guys like ourselves maybe don't call guys on it when we hear it. I don't know. But there's definitely that culture where guys don't feel any repercussions for doing it. And, I see in video and voice chats where guys will do that. It's like, really, dude, WTF? Where they're like, dude, you suck at this because you're a girl. I'm like, really? And you see it in video games, and that's why a lot of girls or females don't talk in video games because they're judged by the fact they're female and not anything else. Or it's like, wait, you're a girl, you're not playing Mercy? That's usually also what they say a lot. Because there's...
Why aren't you playing a chick character? I don't understand. Chicks should play chicks.
Well, it's also you're playing an easy character.
No, dude, chicks should only play chick characters.
But dudes can play chicks?
Yeah, man.
Okay, just make it sure.
Yeah, because they're hot. I want to look at the hotness.
Wait, dude, I want to look at Hans's pecs, man. Woo!
So anyways, this just, this shit happens every day and it continues to piss me off because personally, once again, I do not judge a person's worth in the game industry or as a gamer or in any position based off their gender, because that is a very dangerous thought and should be dealt with a swift kick to the nuts.
Okay, so I have a question for you, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we were talking at school today, and so I do the robotics team, right? And it's not technically a sport, which is fine, whatever.
It's a sport, damn it.
Whatever.
You're competing.
I work. To me, it's a sport, damn it. Yes.
Chess is a sport, so robotics is a sport.
But to the hierarchy, it is not.
No, they can suck a left nut.
But the discussion came up of esports because there's been a discussion of the Georgia High School League of what if they did esports as a
extracurricular?
No, as an actual sport.
Right, extracurricular.
Yeah. And to me, it was interesting, first off, because wait, esports is a sport before robotics makes zero sense to me, but that's besides the point.
Damn it, if you can have a debate team, you can have an esports team, okay?
Hey, man, let's go. Let's debate esports.
What?
But I found it interesting, though, because, okay. But it's kind of thinking for a high school, because it's kind of an interesting prospect for a high school. Because most first off, high schools in general are doing away with computer labs. Most of the time, it's some kind of laptops you bring to school or you have to provide. And for an optimal gaming experience, you probably want a gaming PC, right?
Yep.
So now it's okay, now you're going to have the gaming PC, which, looking about $1,000 to $1,500 with the cost of graphics cards nowadays. And you also need like a location or space to kind of dedicate to this esport team.
The boiler room.
And, yes, and the reality is most cooperative esports games like a MOBA or FPS require at least 5 people, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so now you're looking at outlay of probably around, $6 to $8 grand, depending on what you're getting, for maybe something that may or not happen. I was just kind of, it was just kind of brought up. I was like, that's an interesting idea to have esports.
Approach it like this: club sport.
Okay.
It's not an official sanctioned, school-supported thing. Mm-hmm. You get a group of individuals who bring their equipment and show the school.
Okay.
Get the sign off with contract and all these rules about
Sure.
You're representing the school, but you're not being funded by the school, so you could still wear your your Star Wars Academy shirt or whatever, and represent them, but you're not getting like the money from them.
Well,
so the reason.
Just so you know, just one caveat. Most schools, especially private schools, are not funded by the school.
I know
they're self-funded.
Right, right. But what I'm just saying is that the biggest issue when it comes to adding something new to a school is the fact is how much is it going to cost us.
And that's something like this, because I mean, a lot like let's take basketball for instance. Yeah. You already have most schools have a basketball court. We're just going to assume they have a basketball court for the sake of argument. Now you're talking about dude, you're talking jerseys and a basketball. Like basketball's not that expensive to fund.
Well, you talk about jerseys, you talk about shoes, you're talking about
athletes normally have to supply their own shoes for high school. Yeah. High schoolers.
Okay, well, it depends on what high school you go to.
Okay, you're right. If you're like,
private schools, they provide the entire ensemble because they want you to look completely unified. But like public schools, I'm sure that there are some schools out there who give the shoes, and there's probably those who don't probably give you like a choose from these 3 reasonably priced shoes so that we can look kind of similar. Because what you're trying to do, unless you're in the NBA, you get your own damn signature shoe, is you want to look, you want everything to be uniform.
But it's like an esports team versus other athletic teams.
Right.
Your initial cost kind of per student, as we put it, is definitely higher for esports than others.
Right, that's why I say you'd have to take the club route. You have to show to the university, the school, whatever, that it's a feasible thing. And especially, and the quickest way to show how feasible it is if you actually have a team of really strong players.
But where is the money going to come from to purchase said computers?
Y'all have to supply them. But the thing is, with competitions or events, they're probably going to be a neutral site. They're probably going to be sponsored in part by the developers or the publishers. So the machines, like if you were to take on, if Smite,
we got some storms tonight, Ed.
If you want to take on, like if you had a high school team that was playing Smite, okay? Hi-Rez provides all the computers because they don't want one team to have an advantage over the others. Also, it's a closed network. They don't allow any outside, interference. But for practicing purposes, everyone provide their own PC.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know, like, whoever's pondering these ideas have like any actual knowledge of what, like, even an esport is. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's probably like some dude in a gray hair and a suit somewhere. We're like, dude, have you heard of this esport, man? Like, dude,
right, but the thing is,
sport in the name.
No. To be honest with you, I think that it would have to be a student movement, and that's why I say club, because you have to show, like I said, you might have to do it for several years, like where I went to school, Winthrop University. The lacrosse team, the men's lacrosse team, was a club team where everyone paid dues to, for upkeep of equipment, for travel, all that stuff. Came out of their pockets. University didn't touch anything except for the fact that they signed a contract with them to allow for their name to be on the jerseys.
One thing I can say, high school league, you'll never see it I don't think you'll ever see them play first-person shooters.
No, God, no.
There'd be too many people being like, oh my gosh,
you're
MOBAs. Promoting violence.
MOBAs.
You're promoting fake gods.
Okay, are we literally gonna go back into the 80s and go, we're trying to promote satanic cults for everyone playing Dungeons and Dragons?
You know somebody's gonna say that.
Of course they are.
And that's what sometimes you gotta be like, dude.
And there's gonna be some jackwagon out there who's going to cry to someone in politics, who's then going to rewrite all the damn classification rules just because little Susie's debate team is getting the shit kicked out of them by Pace Academy, because Pace Academy has a professional debater as their coach. And it's true. That's why the classification shit got all crazy, and now in Atlanta,
it's even crazier now.
In Georgia, when we were in high school, long time ago,
back in the day,
every single student at a private school was worth 1.25 students.
Well, now you just have private school and public school classifications. Boom.
No, you don't.
Yeah, in a lot of sports they exist.
Yeah, but like my high school and your high school still play a shit ton of public schools versus private schools.
But when you get to the playoffs, in a lot of sports, you have private school versus public school.
What league is your team playing in?
They're in the GHSA, Georgia High School State.
They don't segregate public from private. That would be the stupidest thing in the world.
They do in some sports and divisions.
What sport? Chess?
Basketball?
It's not football. No, it's not basketball. It's not football.
I promise you, because I know having to do that for basketball.
It's neither of those.
Okay.
Because Marist, my high school, my alma mater, plays Lakeside, Tucker, Henry County, Cairo.
Cairo County? I don't think I've actually been to Cairo.
So all of that, those are public schools.
Well, you can still play whoever you want to outside of your league.
In the playoffs. Marist always got the shit kicked down by Henry County.
What is PMRC?
Oh, fuck. Damn it, I know it. Oh my God. I didn't say anything, I would have told you. You dick.
Well, Ed's the one who said it.
So, unless your school, which I'm not going to name, we could say his high school, but the institution where he works,
right?
Unless y'all are playing in like some special league, because
it's just a normal 1A.
Okay, maybe 1A has special things, but in triple and quad, you play everyone in that classification.
Okay.
And it's the best of the best at the end of the day. It's not...
Man, you're riled up. Goodness gracious.
I am riled up, damn it. Parents Music Resource Center. The reason why you have the parental...
Tipper Gore.
Anyways, so I think, honestly, unless someone's got like a booster or a donor or alumni has some, deep pockets and wants to fund the school for...
the AlteredConfusion Gaming Club.
Great. You can slap our logo on there if you pay for it, because
there we go.
We'll promote it. I mean, we will promote the shit out of it, but we can't pay for it.
See, that's what you've been missing all this time, is promoting the high school students.
See, yeah. It'd be kind of iffy. Like, I'm kind of like, I work at a university, okay? And I could definitely tell, like, the nerdy people around, but I still feel kind of like...
You feel the aura?
Yeah, I could feel the aura just pulsing off of the nerdiness. But at the same time, I'm like, I do not feel comfortable going, hey, by the way, do you play video games? Let me tell you about this thing. I can't do that type of promotion at where I work. I could do that till I'm blue in the face at MomoCon. Don't get me wrong. I will do it.
I know nobody at work plays video games, so it makes it very easy.
Malarkey!
There's like 3 people. I know exactly who they are, and they know who I am.
Do they play cards? Do they play board games? Then they're gamers, damn it!
Nope, sorry, they're fake poser wannabes.
Oh my fucking god. Anyway, so yes, the esports revolution is really starting to pop. And by the way, while we're talking about esports, let's talk about the super duper uber Overwatch Pro League.
Where the blue team won the last one.
Where starting next season, there'll be an Atlanta team.
Oh, good times.
Yeah.
What's the name? Do we know yet?
No, not yet. But I do know
The
that
Atlanta Thrashers.
35 mil, I think was the buy-in. I wonder, you know, I got to find out who bought it. I would not be surprised if it was Arthur Blank. I'm going to be totally honest with you. But it could also
It was
be...
not Alter Confusion.
No, it's not Alter Confusion.
Okay, just checking.
No.
That'd be surprised, man.
I mean, it might be the owner of the Hawks. I don't fucking know. But I'll have to research. But all I do know is that Atlanta is going to have an Overwatch Pro team next season. And the reason why that actually fell on my radar was our sometimes guest host, an amazing panelist, Jesse, texted me and goes, dude, check it out. He's like, you should try out. I'm like, dude, send this to Zealeus because he's got a better chance of playing in the Overwatch Pro League than I do.
Which is not very good.
I know,
well,
but still.
let's just hope that they're better than the Shanghai Knights.
Have they finally won one?
I don't think so. Okay, just to get an idea of how bad the Shanghai Knights are. So in Overwatch...
Oh, never mind. It's Cox Communications. Cox Communications is going to own the Overwatch League.
That's depressing to think about.
They're a good company. The parent company, Cox Enterprises. Sorry, Cox Enterprises is going to own it, not Communications.
So you have like your little user icon, right? Mm-hmm. And if anybody is throwing a game, so they're going to intentionally lose, they change their user icon to the Shanghai Knights. It's that bad.
Sorry, London won this past league.
Because you know that
The
they're
London
gonna be bad.
Spitfire.
Yep. And their skins look really cool. Because they get like their special blue skins because they won, and they're pretty badass. They're all like personalized and stuff.
And then there's Guangzhou, China is the other one.
Oh.
Blah, 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 blah. Dallas Clement, Chief Financial Officer of Cox Enterprises, said the esports phenomenon is only getting bigger and the Overwatch League is at the center of the excitement. Therefore, we're buying in.
There you go.
Did they actually give a
I mean, the
price?
rate it's going at now, the price is only going to increase for that buy-in.
Oh, God, yes.
Get in while you can.
Yep. No, they didn't actually give a price. But anyway.
I thought you said 35.
I thought it was 35.
Okay.
But they didn't actually list the price in that article. Now, speaking of games that are esport centric, we have to talk about the 2 Battle Royale games out there that are causing a wee bit of a stir.
Oh.
The first, let's talk about the top dog, the Uber Battle Royale game out there right now. And if I were to say, what is the #1 Battle Royale
Fortnite.
game? Exactly. And as many of you have found out, both Fortnite and PUBG have been going basically cross-platform. They're showing up on a shit ton of platforms, and iOS, Android, Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, all that stuff, right? So there has been some information that's come out that has got a couple people scratching their heads, and that is the fact that Fortnite Battle Royale by Epic for the Android will not be in the Google Play Store.
Well, you saw what Fortnite or Epic supposedly posted last week about Fortnite on the Android. About sideloading?
On open platforms like PC, Mac, and Android, Epic's goal is to bring its games directly to customers. We believe gamers will benefit from competition among software sources on Android. Competition among services gives consumers lots of great choices and enables the best to succeed based on merit. Avoiding the 30% store tax is a part of Epic's motivation. It's a high cost in the world where game developers, 70%, must cover all the cost of development, operations, supporting their games, and is disproportionate to the cost of the services these stores perform, such as payment processing, download bandwidth, and customer service. We're intimately familiar with these costs from our experience operating Fortnite as a direct-to-customer service on PC and Mac.
And yet they don't want to take the 30% from the Google Play Store.
Nope.
Well, there was talk about that they're going to like post like instructions on like how to like sideload it to bypass the entire 30%.
The individuals who want to play Fortnite Battle Royale on Android will have to go download the Fortnite installer from Epic's website and load the game that way.
Yep. So then they don't have to get the 30% up top. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, that's it's a pretty cheeky move by Epic Games. Not gonna lie, it's kind of funny.
So the question is, I mean, does Google try to fight back?
Well, that's the question, because that's something Google has sold itself on, as being this open platform.
Yet being very specific that you have to go through their store
Without actually locking it down so you can't.
Yeah.
But it's also never really been an issue until, like this is the first big really
Right, okay, this is the big name time.
You're right, there's been other cases, but this is really the first big one where it's like, whoa, now we're talking millions.
Yeah, I mean, there's been quite a few, both in the iOS and the Android marketplace, where you've had these like little apps that have basically been their own storefront. So an individual pays like $5 for this app, and then individuals can like buy games and download games through this app. And of course, that's a big no-no. Ed states Google should fight back. It would be a great PR move for them. I can see the sarcasm oozing off of those words. When you have basically, I mean, Fortnite is the biggest game right now.
Yes, everybody, all the kids play it. Every damn one of them.
And okay, to show you how big it is, or to try to convince you how big it is, there are parents out there who are hiring professional Fortnite coaches to get their children to play Fortnite better so that they might be able to parlay it into professional gaming.
Dude, man, if Overwatch was around when I was 13 and I could steal Adderall from the nurse's office, I would have done it too.
Or steal it from Charlie.
Well, you know.
Well, not back then. I didn't have Adderall.
I say, man, you can use it for your professional Smite career.
I don't play Smite anymore.
Paladins.
I might. Okay. Shit, I was good. One of our friends of the show. Yes, it was that apparent Ed. One of our friends of the show has informed me that Paladins is on the Switch, and so
what?
Yeah, and so I'm really interested in actually playing it. However, I gotta get through Octopath Traveler before I do anything. I must finish this game because I've already put 46 hours into it.
Goodness gracious, dude. That good?
Oh, it's good.
Even the side characters who you didn't care about?
I'm still just playing the 4 big ones. Now I've gone and grabbed the side characters and done like one of their chapters. I think every single one's got like 4 or 5 chapters complete.
Oh, wow.
For completion.
So that's a lot of extra hours you can play if you want.
Oh God, yeah. It's usually, from my understanding, the unless you're like crazy as crap, you're it's usually bare minimum is going to take you 60 hours. Ed states, "Oh Christ, I remember when my son was all about League of Legends, trying to get on that bullshit. Drove me insane with all the cussing at 4 a.m. with those better than him around the world." Yeah. Hopefully, well, actually, if he's just cussing at himself, that's cool. But if
I read this as Ed is actually cursing at his kid, is how I'm reading it.
That too.
Or both at the same time.
Yeah, maybe it's back and forth. Anyways, so Fortnite trying to circumnavigate the Google Play Store.
It'll be interesting to see how Google reacts to that one. That'll be entertaining.
Now let's talk about the biggest competitor for Fortnite, a game called PUBG, Player Underground Battle.
Unknown.
Sorry, Player Unknown Battlegrounds. Here comes an interesting little twist. There is now a website called Fix PUBG. It is created by the creators of PUBG. And this is what it is. Our dev team is geared up for battle. Our mission, destroy bugs, deliver long-needed quality of life features, and take PUBG to the next level for shipping fundamental performance improvements.
Whoa.
Throughout this campaign, we'll share Yeah, specifics about what we're working on and the expected time it'll take to address these issues. Now, I want to read. Oh no, I don't actually have the exact quote.
You don't have it. Oh no.
Well, because my printer decided just to go wonky like halfway through.
I don't think it's supposed to do that.
No.
We're trying to print a website.
No.
Okay.
Here, I'm gonna grab it real quick because it's that important.
How
to
quick?
read you this quick. Oops, that's the picture.
Not quick enough.
This is direct from their website, and it states. What is fix PUBG? Fix the game. This is a phrase that we've been hearing a lot lately. Bugs, performance problems, and quality of life issues that have limited PUBG's true potential, and you want it fixed. So we think it's time to do something about it. Fix PUBG is a multiple months long campaign to deliver the changes and improvements that you've been asking for. We've created a roadmap with specific details about our plans, and we intend to update it as we go, checking things off as we deliver on our promises. Check out the full details below. Their roadmap currently goes out to October and beyond.
Server performance.
So
and client performance.
So the thing is, PUBG and of course Fortnite, we're battling and trying to get shit out as quickly as possible against each other. Fortnite did a better job.
Yep, they've won.
However, well, sort of. So yes.
They're winning currently.
However, a lot of people have come out recently and said that the Fortnite meta is terribly broken, which I'm going to allow Zealeus to explain what the hell a meta is.
So basically, in most of these PvP games, you have what should be multiple viable strategies. So for instance, let's take the Overwatch, right? You have, I don't know how many heroes. Let's just say you have 30 heroes. I don't remember how many they are. But like last season, the meta was basically picking like a pool of only 10 characters because they could all dive the enemy. And dive means that they have high mobility to go kill everybody, right? Which made basically these other 20 heroes unviable at the highest echelons of the game. So basically the meta is really what is the most effective strategy in a game
28.
where basically if you have teams of equal skill, it means the meta team will virtually always beat the non-meta team because it's just a superior composition. And the problem is, particularly in a game like Overwatch, where you have this meta, is from the audience participation especially, it creates a very stale game.
Hi, Ninrak.
What's up, Ninrak?
Do you have a question or are you just saying hello? Because we'll take
Hello!
What's up? I'm not exactly sure.
I have no idea what the hell the meta, and I could ask a student at school tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean,
Be like, yo, dude, what's
I would guess it's your, what your preferred weapons are, and
your weapons, your loadout, what you
strategy,
spend your skills on.
because you got the same fucking character.
It's probably something like, do you spend your skills like on like long range or short range weapons, or snipers versus handguns, or
They
that kind
brought
of stuff.
back the guided missile,
Oh.
but they nerfed the shit out of it. But you could still jump on it and take a tour of the map.
Nice.
Which, of course, to me, I'm lucky if I build a fucking wall, okay? Anyways, I don't play Fortnite anymore. I played it like 3 times.
He was tired of being beat by teenagers, half
Yeah.
his age.
Yeah. Yes, I was. It was very sad. Okay, so there is a game out there, and it is they've got a very interesting take on something. It's called Dead Cells.
Cells.
It's a Castlevania type of game.
Okay.
Now here comes the weird twist. Before you really get into the game, it asks what kind of diet is your character going to have. And so instead of having the, like if you're running around in games like, I'm just going to say Castlevania, and when you kill things, there's a chance that a chicken wing will fall down, or a drumstick, and you eat that, or and then that heals you, right? Well, in this game, Dead Cells, you could choose the character's eating habits. So if you say they're vegan, then it's like basically vegan items fall instead of chicken wings and shit like that. It is kind of cool, but at the same time, I'm like, you would have put that That's where you want to do customization?
That's exactly what I was just thinking. Like, I'm sure it costs a decent amount of time to make that. It's kind of, but it's also unique.
Technically, unless, so from my programmer brain perspective, unless different, like, you know, instead of the drumstick, it's like a bowl of salad, unless the animation for it dropping is different, it's literally just a swap of an object, which would not be that hard. It just require a little bit more time to, you know, create that additional object, as well as, you know, if you actually give a shit, probably making sure the collision detection doesn't fuck you up because it's got slightly different
Just
dimensions.
ignore collision detection. It makes it much easier.
Oh, believe me. Okay. Let's see. What are you and Ed talking about over here?
Something about school.
Oh, okay. Sprite swap planning and organization. Exactly. Ninrak knows exactly what I'm talking about because he's got his own game.
Wait, there's Sprite in video games? Like, you're gonna let the lemon loose, whatever it is?
No, not that type of Sprite.
Well, damn.
So, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know, sprites are basically the old school characters. It's, you know, when you play like the original. Actually, hell, if you've played Octopath Traveler, all those character designs, they're sprites. It's a type of character design where you swap out the palettes and stuff. And basically, the animations are done with little, like, it's easier to show you than explain it, but it literally just has this huge set of different animations where there's going to be a character with his arm up and arm down, you know, to do the Final Fantasy Victor dance. That's what sprites are for.
There you go.
Yep.
But now I want to drink Sprite.
I have no desire to drink Sprite.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Because I have Mountain Dew.
Sometimes I need some soda without caffeine.
That's pointless.
It's still sugar,
Unless you have a tummy ache, and if you do, you drink ginger ale.
which contains Sprite.
No, it's ginger ale.
Okay. Unless you work at a restaurant, you don't. Then you just literally do half Sprite, half Coke. And you just don't tell them, and they don't even know the difference.
All right, crazy man.
It's like if you work at a restaurant in Atlanta and they only serve Pepsi products, and you ask for Coke, you just put a couple of lemons in the Coke or in the Pepsi.
All right,
boom,
so-
it's basically
so-
Coke,
but
and most people
here's-
don't even notice.
But here's the thing.
What is
There are not many places in Atlanta that are going to have Pepsi.
I know,
Unless
but
it's
believe
Taco
me.
Bell.
Well, I worked at Rio Bravo, and it was Pepsi only. Yes, I know. And people would actually leave the restaurant because we didn't serve Coke. That's where I learned that trick, because of that. I'm like, really? This is what you're leaving over? Is we don't serve your damn soda? Get some water, you... Yeah.
Yeah, caffeine is life. Fact. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, you know, we've talked a little bit about PUBG. We talked about a little bit of Fortnite and Paladins, and of course, the epidemic happening at Riot Games with sexism going rampant. Sorry, Zealeus's destruction of the keyboard is crazy. Excuse me.
I must let my soul know all about my typing as it fulfills my brains.
Indeed, indeed. Ed states, in South Carolina, Pepsi is more popular, but hell, I suppose, since it was supposedly born here, I get that. I am more Coke or Pepsi than Pepsi, but love Mountain Dew. I love Mountain Dew.
I did have a large Mountain Dew from Quick Trip today. That's glorious.
Oh, it's gotta be delicious.
Well, I prefer from the fountain
Wait,
over a
Quick
can.
Trip?
Yeah, QT, man.
Dude,
What?
you go for the frozen drinks, and you get some Rooster Booster, and you mix some else in it, and it's delicious, and you are wired for days.
Would you like some bourbon in there too? Good lord, boy.
No, because the bourbon would just mellow the hell out of me. I want to be like bouncing off the walls, crazy.
No, I'm around enough crazy at work as it is. I don't need any more crazy in my life.
Where? So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, topics, you know, you can drop them in there. But we're going to do a quick little shout out.
To me?
Not to Zealeus. Ladies and gentlemen, there's this beautiful thing, amazing thing, called Extra Life. And Extra Life is something that is organized by the Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. And Ooh, Ninrek sends a cup of Surge.
I miss
There's
Surge.
cans.
So sugary.
There's cans of Surge at certain gas stations. You just got to find them.
Can you like buy it like off of eBay? Like not like used cans, but actually.
No. You could get they've got these cans of Surge now in limited quantities. But anyways, Extra Life is an amazing thing by the Children's Miracle Network hospitals, where it's like a game-a-thon. Individuals try to raise money, and they find a day to do 24 hours of gaming. I usually do it on the official day, but unfortunately this year I will have to do it the weekend beforehand because I'm actually officiating a wedding the very next day after the official day, and that would be very difficult for me. So I'll be doing it the previous thing, but ladies and gentlemen.
You're just not dedicated to the cause, man.
Shut up, woman. All right, so anyways, Extra Life, what you could do is you can go to extra-life.org. You can donate to whomever you want to. Altered Confusion has a page already set up. You could do donations there. If you would like to join the Altered Confusion team, by all means, join the team. You set your own goal. We have a team goal of $500, and I've got a personal goal of $250.
Who's the other team member?
There isn't one right now, but it's open so that individuals can jump in and either set their goal to 250 or below that. But as more people add on, it's going to be easier to get to that team goal. Okay. But mine is currently set at 250. If you could donate anything, $1 or more, all that money goes to the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. And for us, so the way it works is there are a bunch of hospitals all over the world that sign up with this charity, and the money goes to your specific hospital. For Altered Confusion, for the 7 years we've done it, actually this will be our 7th year, it has gone to the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, CHOA, which of course I personally have spent a shit ton of time in there. My sisters have, my sons have. So I want to give back to them as much as I can.
I don't think I've ever been there.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I didn't really fall out of roofs or get stabbed in the leg by sticks. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, so like I said, if you could spare any money to donate to anyone, I mean, Altered Confusion or myself would love to have you donate to our cause. However, the important thing is you're donating money towards children's hospitals across the nation. Now, let's talk about some of the other stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a bunch of different ways that you could follow Altered Confusion. One of them, of course, is Facebook. And to find us on Facebook, all you got to do is
go to facebook.com/AlteredConfusion.
If you want to find us on YouTube,
youtube.com/AlteredConfusionLLC.
Correct. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, one of the, I guess, the oldest social media spots you can find us at, and probably the best one to find us on, of course, is Twitter.
At AlteredConfusion, and there's no N because
the N would break the internet.
Oh, that'd be terrible.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not watching this live and you would like to watch this live, which of course we do this every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can go to twitch.tv/AlteredConfusion. Just got there, Ninrak. Now, of course, if you want to take, a shortcut and see where all the original stuff goes, all you got to do is go to www.AlteredConfusion.com, and that's where you can find out about the home base. Ladies and gentlemen, I do want to mention something called Patreon. Patreon is a website that allows for you, the fans, the audience, the friends, the lovers, wonder buyers, to help support Altered Confusion. Basically, to become a patron of Altered Confusion. The way that Altered Confusion's Patreon is set up is that it's a monthly donation. This donation could be anywhere from $1 on up. It gets deducted from your whatever system you utilize for
Life
Patreon. Could be your PayPal account, could be your credit card, whatever. Exactly. Lovers, you don't know. anyways, so that's a monthly donation that gets to Altered Confusion. It's just for Altered Confusion. It helps us with upkeep of equipment, to help us with conventions, because even if we get like a convention con table for free, you still have to factor in the price of electricity, which of course they're going to dick you over with, so it's going to cost more than it should. And of course, you know, hotel stay.
Hotels, yes.
But you know, the thing is, anything you can donate would be amazing. If you want to do a one-time donation, if you're watching this live on Twitch, you can go to the panel right below and there's a donate now button, and that would go straight to our PayPal account, which is where all the money for Altered Confusion ends up at the end. Actually, no, that's not right, because it actually goes to a bank account at the end. But can I deduct it from my business taxes as charitable donation?
I think we can make that work somehow.
We'd have to be classified as a charity, though.
I'm a charity case.
Yeah, you are a charity case.
I have a charity set up for my cat. Does
and
that
of course,
count?
if you're watching this recorded, you can just go to www.alteredconfusion.com and there's a donate now button there. Now, of course, if you can't, if you are unable to give a financial donation, the best thing, and I think this is one of the things that I wish and I hope and I pray that everyone does, is when you see that Altered Confusion posts something on any of our social media platforms, that you not only like it or favorite it or thumbs up it or whatever the damn terminology is for whatever platform, if you decide to retweet it, to share it, to rebroadcast, because that, of course, is the end goal. We want to be able to pull in a bigger audience so that we can have a bigger discussion about the topics, as well as get an even better pulse of what's going on and what's important to you, the audience, because this is what the show's about. Audience topics, audience participation.
I thought about Mountain Dew and drinking.
Well, Mountain Dew's definitely, I mean, drinking Mountain Dew is, you know, it's paramount for this show to go on.
It's hard to keep track.
But anyways, if you want to do that, that would be amazing. Now, also, I know that there are a couple people, there's more than a couple people out there who are just like, can I send you random shit or awesome stuff? Like, if I do like a huge
poop bag?
Like, no, if I do like a oil painting that I want to give to you, can I mail it to you? And yes, you can.
Wait, is it gonna be an oil painting of like us, like me and Charlie?
Could be.
An oil painting of us that we could hang right over the mantle?
Could be.
That'd be super epic.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, if you do want to take that path, my friends, I recommend that you send it to 1551 Dunwoody Village Parkway, number 88276, Dunwoody, Georgia 30338. That is our P.O. Box. And that, of course, is the easiest way to get stuff to us physically. Now, Zealeus, where did you put that box?
Way over there.
Okay, I'll go get it.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do want to show you something that was delivered by a fan of the show. So give me 1 second if I can remember how to get this off.
If you send a book to that address, I'm pretty sure, like, if Charlie were just to open, he'd actually just, like, jizz in his pants right there over the excitement.
No, I'd read immediately and write some shit up.
Like, would you come home first?
Who knows?
Would you maybe just, like, open the book right there in the car and just, like, stay there? Be like, nope, I'm staying here. I'm good. I'm just going to finish this book in one. That's a...
Depends on who the author is.
Well, I'm talking about if it's... Yes. I think in that case, you might just stay there and never leave again. Did you find what you're looking for?
Got it.
Are you super excited about whatever it is you have in your hands?
Yes.
Because you seem super excited,
Yeah.
which I just said. It is from Marvel. It is a collector corpse of something about Deadpool.
So if you want to send us awesome things like the Marvel Collector Core Deadpool box,
Which,
via Amazon.
And when I'm at Dragon Con in about a month, there'll be about 50% Deadpool participation of cosplays.
We mean a month, dude.
It's like
There's
3
like
weeks.
80%. Anyways, so all right. So let me show you what's in this amazing box. What if the author is me? Ninrag, send me something, and I'll tell you if you're. Look, here's the deal. If y'all send me something, be it a game, be it a book or something.
A picture of yourself.
If you give me some time, the pictures I probably won't critique.
You can
but
review a picture of them.
I could.
In
I will give you
steamy detail.
I will do constructive criticism.
Oh.
But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to send us stuff like this amazing person, you can, you too, or I, so okay. Deadpool on a unicorn.
Very appropriate.
Because you know I've got a Funko Pop problem, so this is new there. Of course, this is a special deal, so... Okay, Ninrek, I'm not even going to answer that. Here's a luggage tag, a Deadpool luggage tag.
Nice.
A Deadpool keychain.
Ooh.
And then finally, and I feel so stupid because it took me forever to figure out what the hell this is. It's a taco truck. You literally put your tacos in here.
That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah. How awesome is that?
Yeah. I would not have guessed.
Well, I didn't guess it till I actually read the damn thing.
Oh, there it is.
Taco truck.
Okay, thank you. I'm like, I've been doing the same thing. Like, I don't.
Yeah, I was like, what is that? And I'm like, is it a car for the Funko Pops? But I don't take my Funko Pops out of the box.
I didn't know a taco truck was a thing.
Oh, Deadpool, yeah. It's all about those tacos. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, if you too want to send us something, of course, just send it to, once again, 1551 Dunwoody, that's Dunwoody Parkway, Dunwoody Village Parkway, number 88276, Dunwoody, Georgia, 30338.
That's super exciting.
The taco truck is kind of cool. It is kind of cool.
Are you going to use the taco truck tomorrow?
If we had enough taco meat, I was going to use it tonight. But unfortunately, the kids ate all the taco meat, so I just ended up eating the leftover pasta, which is fine. I mean, that's good
So you
pasta.
could probably put the pasta on the taco trucks.
You probably could. I mean, we've got, soft-shelled tortillas, like the small ones.
Well, what else do you need? Soft shell tortillas. You got then some taco meat. Throw some cheese on there. Boom.
Taco Tuesdays.
Taco every days.
No, Taco Tuesdays. Those are good tacos. Very good tacos. I used to be able to go to this place called, oh God, what the fuck was it called? There was this
El Salvador.
Taqueria del Sol. You literally, the place opened up at 11. You literally had to get there at 10:45 to stand in the line so that you were actually able to go in and get your food.
So where'd the place go?
No, it's still there.
Oh.
But if you got there at 11, you're screwed.
Oh
because the line was going to be like through the entire parking lot. It's that good.
When was the last time you've been to this legendary place?
God, it's been a couple of years.
It's terrible.
But it's delicious.
Where is it?
Howell Mill.
Oh, well, you should go then.
No.
Why? It's that good, man. You're saying no to the tacos?
The problem is that the vast majority of meetings that I have are around 11, so I wouldn't be able to do it.
People,
yes,
they got their priorities.
Been there many times, and the line was insane. But it's so good.
It's worth the line?
Oh, God, yes. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Yeah. Oh, well, since we have
tacos,
some individuals in the crowd, we do want to give a couple shout-outs.
As you talk very funny.
Yes, I'm trying to stall.
As you look up about books.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not aware, there is a game called Elemental Rift. I probably just pushed it. Created by none other than Ninrek.
Wait, the creator of a real game?
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for some superbly amazing books, you need to go to Burning Willow Press, BWP. And
get it.
Check out their books, which of course, the individual that I've read books from, of course, is Kendra Souter. Phenomenal books.
Did you meet her at one of your conventions?
Yes, I met her at, where did I meet her first? I believe where the hell did I meet her first? Because I've got I've got a signed
MomoCon,
poster.
Con Carolina.
No. It might have been Was it Con Carolina?
Was it?
It might have been Con Carolina.
I think it was, because I don't think I was there when you
Or
were
it
there.
might be Big Fan of Greenville. Anyway, I've got a bunch of Kendra's books. Then I also got the Kendra collaboration with Santiago.
Oh, yes.
Which is phenomenal. And that second book needs to happen, like yesterday.
I feel like when you need to open the book, it needs to get
Big Fan of Greenville. I knew it.
It needs to yell.
Thank you, Ed. Hey, yes, that should be a new feature.
Elemental Rift, yeah.
That's what I said. Isn't that?
I don't know what you actually said.
Whatever. No. Okay, Ed. Brainstorm. Light bulb. The next Zombie Hunter book should be like one of those like music cards. Where as soon as you open up the front page, it goes, hey, okay, fine. I shall put the smackdown on Santiago. Get this shit done. He's been posting random ass pictures on Instagram. I don't know why he can't just sit down and start writing shit.
Wasn't that the first and last Big Fan of Greenville?
No, second. There were two. Yeah.
But there's not a third.
No, there's not a third. So the first one they did to replace a certain convention.
Best convention ever.
Sure. And then they didn't make a lot of money, and so they got a sponsor to put on the second one, and they just didn't make enough money even with the help of the sponsors. So,
Sad day.
is sad day, because that was one of the conventions that I actually really looked forward to, because it was one of those conventions where you got to hang out. Yeah. The second did not clear enough to pay for the next one. And to be honest with you, I think at the end of the day, there was a couple logistic reasons why Big Fan of Greenville just did not. Oh, I loved it too, Ed. It just didn't work out. One, they kind of put it in two different sections, and there was also there was really no way to keep individuals who were not at the convention out of certain pieces of the convention area, like the vendor hall and all that stuff.
I gotcha.
Because of the way that it was structured in the hotel.
Sure.
But it was great. I loved it.
Because they didn't have like the entire hotel locked down for Big Fan of Greenville.
Yeah.
So you had like who could be regular people who could just come in.
I mean, it's the downside of utilizing a hotel. Unless you have basically a single wing where you can basically have a gatekeeper, then it's really hard to control who gets the access, who doesn't get the access.
Like with Dragon Con taking over the entire hotel.
Yeah.
Like they can gate, or like MomoCon taking over like the entire World Congress Center. Like, you know if they're part of that convention.
Well, of course, Ed stated that the hotel was basically giving them a good price. True, you can't complain too much. But the fact of the matter is that just the layout was really difficult to manage, and also the fact that they lost my table.
They lost your table?
Yeah, they did.
How'd you lose your table?
They had me down for a table, but the actual table that was supposed to be there wasn't there. They couldn't figure out what the fuck happened. And so they moved me to a prime location, which I got a lot of traffic. However, I did feel super duper bad because a good chunk of that traffic were not con goers. It was just individuals who were utilizing that. It's like, I would have given you one. I had three. Well, Ed, if we can ever, you tell me what conventions y'all are at, and if it has some kind of video game presence to it, I will try to appeal to the lords and ladies that control said conventions, and I will be there.
Tell Ed to come to MomoCon. Ed, I'm telling you to come to MomoCon.
Or, well, we're not going back to Canuga. There's been several discussions, and we'll just say that Canuga is not in the works. As hard as it is for me, because I really enjoyed hanging out with all those individuals that I've met at Canuga.
But we know we're going to go back to MomoCon.
Yes.
So there's MomoCon.
Okay, yeah, MomoCon, and we're gonna, like I said, I'm gonna try to do a little bit more research to find out about more conventions that we could go to. Thank you, Ed. Thank you. But seriously, I feel like there was something else I was supposed to say. Shit.
You always have something else to say.
I know, I usually do, but I just, and then right, MomoCon!
MomoCon is fun.
Oh, duh, MomoCon. I know that I still don't have all of the interviews up, and I pray that I'm able to get all of them. To actually render correctly. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I'm almost at my wit's end with the wonderful external hard drive that's really a backup drive and not really a hard drive that you can utilize. That's the fucker who's basically disabled all my USB ports. Yep. Seagate. I don't know why I keep falling for this shit every single time. Anyway, so I've got a shit ton of the interviews out, and I profusely apologize to everyone or anyone that I interviewed, and your interview does not come up. It's not because I didn't want to do anything with it. It's simply that it's on that hard drive, and the hard drive will either read or not read, or decide that it has no fucking clue what an MP4 is, and then die.
It has like 6 of them. And
you know what? I should just get a fucking thumb drive. That's really,
it'd be just as easy.
It would be, but the problem is, with me and thumb drives, is I usually put it down somewhere, and then I will randomly find like 3 of them at a time.
You know what they need to do?
What?
Is make the tile, but as a thumb drive. So you never actually lose your tile.
Put a tile on my thumb drive. I've got an extra tile somewhere. I should do that.
There you go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're basically at a closing point here, but I do want to circle back and say a couple things. First of all, if you are a male chauvinistic asshole pig who thinks that you're better than women in the workplace simply because you got a dingling between your legs, you're a dick.
See,
and you need to get over yourself. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's make something abundantly clear. We at Alter Confusion try not to go into politics or religion or anything that's outside the gaming world
universe
aspect, whatever. But I want to make something clear.
Crystal clear, or
crystal
like
clear.
Sandy clear?
No, crystal clear.
Crystal clear. Okay.
As the voice and owner of Alter Confusion, I will go on record right here, right now, and say, I, in no way, shape or form, support the orange man in the White House.
We have an orangutan in the White House?
Might as well be.
That explains a lot. That's what I feel like the news is every night. There's an orangutan running the states.
Look, I want equality. I want people who actually know what the fuck they're doing in positions of power. I want the swamp to actually be drained. I don't know if I care. Look, here's the deal. At the end of the day, I pray.
Where does the swamp go when it's drained?
Underneath a concrete slab.
Oh.
Because a new parking lot has been put in its place. That's where all the Everglades are going.
It's so confusing. I'm getting my metaphors mixed up, man.
No, but see here's the thing. And now that Zealeus has opened up this fucking can of worms, look, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what the fuck is happening, but I am scared shitless on a couple things. One, that the FCC will completely foobar a free and open internet and basically put us into paid tiers. And that, of course, will kill Alter Confusion and the vast majority of any startup companies because we won't have enough money to actually be prioritized.
Sad point, number 1.
The other thing is that as an individual who's now raising children who are now becoming of age to where they're going to be going into the public school system.
No, that's still a scary thought. That
having an individual who knows nothing at all about academia at all scares me to death.
I think Charlie is raging against the machine. I'm ready to play some Rage Against the Machine, some bowls on parade. That's how I'm feeling.
Like, literally, I mean, like, the vast majority of positions that I see individuals being put into, they are not qualified for. It's a buddy system. It needs to stop. Put people who actually know what the fuck they're doing in positions where they actually know what the fuck they're doing.
Wait, wasn't that the whole point of draining the swamp?
Yeah, that swamp has not been drained.
Okay, I missed that part of the book.
It's overflowing with controversy and corruption and allegations.
If you think about it, though.
Subpoenas.
If you fill the swamp high enough technically it's actually draining because it's so full
No.
that the water's overflowing
it's
and the water's
expanding.
draining.
It's
actually
expanding.
draining out the
No,
sides.
it's not. No, it just expands. So what happens in a
Everything's
flood?
just expanding?
What happens in a flood? Everything goes underwater. So if the swamp is actually getting pumped full of water, the swamp's growing. But anyways, I'm scared. Okay, I'll be forthright with you. I'm scared to death. I don't know what's going to happen the very next day. I fear that we are literally going to end up going to war with all of our allies, and that Ed, I'm running for president. I am naturally born, a vet, over 35, and like most in office currently, I do not know how to run a country. Look, in total honesty, I know it was a joke that was passed around quite a lot, but if Trump were to run Trump and Pence, basically, here's the thing. Pence is the perfect vice president for Trump because no one is wackadoodle crazy ass enough to impeach or remove Trump and put Pence in the presidency.
Of course, the irony of all this is Pence is the exact one who was railing against Clinton back in the day over impeaching him due to morality failures against his wife and other stuff.
No, and this is, okay, first of all, this is the opinion of myself. I do not have any evidence to really, put this down, but I feel that if Pence were to be president, I would be fearful that Jim Crow laws would be reinstated.
Oh, he's
okay?
more to the right than Trump.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
That's what I mean. Like, he's more extreme than.
All right, let me just run down this real quick, and then we'll end the show. And I know we went politics here, but let me put something out here. One, freedom for all, okay?
Freedom for all white folk.
No, for everyone.
Everyone.
Every color, every gender,
You've gone
every
too far.
race.
You've gone too far today, man.
Shut up, Zealeus. Second of all,
by the way, I'm obviously not being serious. In case
love
someone,
is
tries
love.
recording this.
You can love whoever the hell you want to, no matter what, identity you have or gender role or whatever. Love is love. If you love someone, be with that person. Look, if you need a minister to officiate your wedding, no matter what your demographic combination is, hit me up. I'm a licensed minister. Let's see, what else? This is going to be an interesting one. This will, I would say anyways, for fuck's sakes, just legalize marijuana. Do you know how much tax money states gain by legalizing marijuana? And also, I know that everyone is in their all the politicians are in the pockets of Big Farm, but let me think about this. Marijuana allows you a lot of the benefits of pharmaceuticals with none of the side effects. So you can, deal with anxiety and not have the side effect of sweat profusely
but did you get to become
bloody
a druggie?
assholes.
You're gonna be a druggie because marijuana is a drug. And,
So is beer.
And
That's an alcoholic.
You're gonna become addicted to it.
I'm addicted to air. I'm addicted to life.
You're gonna become addicted to it, and you're gonna become a druggie.
I'm addicted to love.
That's your first problem.
Anyways, okay.
The love of the Mary J.
Sure. We'll go
And
there.
Mountain Dew.
Yes. And the Boilermaker, which of course, if y'all have missed that, it's a beer where you drop a shot of whiskey in it and then you down in one big.
What if they put the marijuana in the Boilermaker?
Dude, you would choke like a motherfucker. The hell's wrong with you?
Dude, I would choke shotgunning that anyways.
It's a party trick I can only do once. I can't do a repeat.
You can repeat it once a week.
Fine. Let's see here. Marry whoever the fuck you want to. Legalize pot. Equality for everyone. Stop these stupid drug convictions where individuals were like in possession of pot, so they get 15 years, but these pedophiles and individuals who are cruel to animals and and all these other people who, in my mind, are much worse bastards, get like, okay, go your way.
Well, of course, then you got these guys who were something with marijuana or some kind of drug, and now they go to the hardened criminal section of the penitentiary. And what do you think is going to happen to them now when they're in the penitentiary for 10
They're going to be
15
broken into little pieces.
and perpetuate the cycle even worse than ever. I just pledge allegiance to my cat, Rose. I don't really have political opinions. I'm just here. I don't really disagree with anything Charlie says, so I really have nothing to say other than being a troll.
Let's do a couple more things and then we'll be done. One, let's improve academia. And I know this is good. And the tax code. I don't understand what that is. I don't think anyone really does. How about this? For fuckwads who continue to file for bankruptcy when you're a multimillionaire, Floyd Mayweather, they should get a super duper duper tax and get put into the slammer for being douchebag. Where literally he's got a Rolex on his wrist that literally would cover all the money he owes the IRS, but he filed for bankruptcy.
Putting people in jail for bankruptcy is one of the things we fought against in the American Revolution.
It's a white-collar thing, dude. How do you think we was Al Capone? Tax evasion.
Well, there's a difference between tax evasion and then fix the bankruptcy laws, but don't put him in jail for declaring bankruptcy.
So that would basically put Trump in the slammer. Trump should have been put in a dark, dark cell a long time ago for all his crazy ass Ponzi schemes, pyramid schemes, failed businesses, adultery, sexual assault, slander. What's the lying under oath?
Perjury. I don't think Charlie likes Trump. Going on a limb here.
Grabbing them right in the.
That's the first thing that always comes to
me. That's sexual harassment.
That's my first thought of
perjury.
That's my first thing I think about him. And like, if that's your president and that's your first thought is grabbing him by the wahoo, like, there's something wrong.
Also, I want to put this out here. If an individual, I don't care what industry they're in, be they an industry mogul tycoon or a professional athlete or professional actor or actress or singer, if they decide to do something to better their community, let them do it. And don't say, stay to your job, okay? Mr. Presidente. LeBron James, I hate him in basketball.
Oh, we
But he
know.
is an amazing individual outside of that. He's a great human being. He opened up a damn school. He sent thousands of individuals on full-paid scholarships. In his new school, he's got extra areas for parents to get their GED. They've got food pantries to help feed the families. They've got, I think it's like 2.5 guaranteed meals, breakfast, lunch, and a snack. Every kid's getting a bike.
How could you not like?
How do you then
like that?
come out and say you should stick to your sport?
Yeah.
No. If that's the truth, you need to stick to what you do best.
I think Charlie lost his brain.
I'm trying to think of what Trump does best. I guess adultery? Lying? Take your show on the road? I don't know.
We'll get back to you.
Should be he should just travel around the country in a dunk tank filled with acid. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to kill anybody. But maybe something that, I don't know, I can't. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, now that I've gone a little bit on my...
Charlie's gone off the rails.
I've gone off the rails. Let's get back
He
here.
could get fired with Vince McMahon and then get the RKO from the Viper, Randy Orton, saying Stone Cold's not in the ring anymore.
Is Randy still doing it? I thought he retired.
Oh no, he's still giving the RKO, man. The RKO out of nowhere.
You can't see me. You can't see me. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, okay, now that I've done my spiel, and I'm sure I hopefully have gained some people and maybe lost some people, but you know.
Just think about this. Our Rock, he's been Stone Cold stunned at WrestleMania.
Oh shit, that's right.
That just
not. I know this is a joke, and I don't know why I didn't finish this, but if it were to happen, if Trump and Pence are to run in, was it 2020?
Yes.
If this were to have actually happened, Hanks and Johnson, being Tom Hanks and The Rock, as the other side, the basically the opponents, I would vote them in. They don't know shit, but I'm going to be honest with you. I trust them a shit ton more than I trust who's there now.
The Rock knows how to talk, man. He would smack all those jabroni asses in Congress into shape.
He'd be like, "All right, let's get one thing straight.
Who's
We're gonna do some house cleaning. I'm gonna take you by the your belt loop, and if you lie to me, I'm throwing you out the window."
And Tom Hanks is just like talk nicely to me. He's basically like Mr. Rogers, but like you can't lie to him. Like you have to be like.
How awesome, how crazy would it have been if Mr. Rogers was the president?
Well, it's got that old
A lovely day in the neighborhood. Everybody, I mean, he literally broke down a shit ton of barriers by approaching topics that were kind of very controversial.
Well, the problem is the people who least want to be in politics are probably the ones who should be running.
Yeah, right. They're like, we are actually how about this? Reinstate the fucking EPA. The world is burning up. It's blowing up. It's gonna.
It's a liberal conspiracy by all those scientists, sir.
Yeah, you know what's a conspiracy is the fact that everybody in like California and Oregon and New Mexico and Arizona, they're losing their houses to forest fires.
That's a liberal lie, man. It's not really happening.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, before I go back off on this path, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, or just want to have a chit chat with me or Zealeus, either now or offline, all you got to do is hit us up through any of our social media.
I always talk about cats with you.
But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank everyone who tuned into the Altered Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. For myself, Charlie, and Zealeus, it's been a pleasure giving everything coming out of our heads, our mouths, and of course, our hearts. We will be back next Thursday for another rousing round of the Thursday Night Hangout. But until then, I hope that you join us during our Sunday and Tuesday streams.
And rant at Charlie about politics, because I'm sure he will obviously like to agree or disagree. Remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother.